Everyone, so yeah, my thoughts and rants. It'd be best to just get it out here on the internet and YouTube, Facebook, all that good stuff, because of the fact that I was scrolling through Facebook, and as you know, I have a girlfriend who lives back in Manassas, which is just not that far, like 20 minutes away from here. I'm in Chantilly, Virginia right now, and she needs a car. The one person named Steven said he had he was going to sell his Taurus because him and his new wife need a better vehicle, so when they start a family, then they would have a good vehicle. And I agree with that. I really do. But here's the thing. Why do I got someone tailgating me here? Gotta focus here for a few. Trying to get the speed, this is a big heavy tired van. It's not gonna be the best thing in the world for speed, So I agree with that statement. So he said he would sell his 2003 Ford Taurus for $1,000. And I knew immediately that Catherine needed a car, like immediately. Didn't matter what shape it's in, as long as it runs and drives, and most of it's fixable. I could fix it free. I know the Taurus, as you all know. I used to own one. It just didn't have the DOHC engine, but it's still the same. I mean, I know the history of this person's car. I worked on it, so I know the car's good in most regards because I worked on it. I did the intake gaskets, I cleaned the intake, I did the fuel filter, I changed the front brake pads. So I know the history of this car, and that's why I want my girlfriend to have it, just because I worked on it. And I would continue to work on it free of charge too. She's gonna have to get the parts. Now I would probably front the money for the parts for the very little money I got, but I would do it just because she's my girlfriend, And then we could work out the money later on, like way later on. It doesn't matter at that point. I just want her to have a car. I really want to say the person's name and everything, but then they could say yeah, just for legal reasons I won't say it. But so they live just literally a mile away from here, and that's all I'm going to say. And they hold a church service in their home, and I've known them for over 1 year. But tonight took the cake. Tonight just threw me over the edge. They're asking for $50,000 via GoFundMe for this foster family something. They need to get a van, or a 12-passenger van, 15-passenger van that's it has less than 100,000 miles on it, and it's going to be like $50,000. I've seen vans that are passenger vans. They're pretty well beat up, right? Got and it shows the odometer, it's got less than 100,000, like 78, 90,000. Maybe the body might have like 120,000, but it's got a new engine. It has less than 100,000. So why does it have to be a newer vehicle that has a vehicle is a vehicle? Take it or leave it. If you're that desperate for a vehicle, take it or leave it. It doesn't have to be perfect. As long as it runs and drives and is easily fixed, that's all that should matter. Jesus ain't perfect, right? I'm not perfect. My van ain't perfect. My girlfriend ain't perfect. You just make it work. And that's all that matters. Just make it work. So that threw me over the edge, because my girlfriend needs a car, and Steven was only asking for $1,000. And at first he agreed to do $100 a month, which I would pay the $100 down to get it going, plus maybe the $140 extra to get it tagged, titled, registered, all that good stuff. And then I'll do the emissions test on it, because safety inspection doesn't matter when it comes to emissions in, say, Virginia. Those are two separate things. get the emissions done, because they're more worried about that first. And then, because the safety, because doing the whole safety inspection does not affect getting tag and title up at the Virginia DMV. Doesn't affect that. It's just they want you to do safety as soon as you get it registered, or the next possible, you know. So it's just a word about the emissions, and they want that done within 30 days of getting it registered. So yeah, so I would run the emissions monitor through my Bluetooth scanner. As long as it says okay, 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 and maybe a couple like NAs, it's all good. It'll pass. Take it to Virginia Tire, it'll pass. He's plugged in for the moment, so that's totally fine though. I'm here at the spot right now where I would park and plug in at for the night, but the pasture here is plugged in for the moment. I'm gonna run on my battery for now. It's fine. It's not a big deal. He hasn't done anything wrong to me yet, so I'm not gonna get mad at him. You know, I have no reason to. This is a different church. Like, by the way, it's to my right. I'm not gonna mention the name because I don't want to give my location out. So I prefer to. Okay, there we go. I want to make sure I'm nice and in the spot, you know, because there's another van that's to my right, and then his electric car to my left. So I want to make sure there's enough room on both sides, you know, to get around the van. So like I said, so I saw the GoFundMe page, and there's quite a bit getting put in there, you know, say over 1,000. And my girlfriend needs a car, and she has a 12-year-old son, JJ. He is not my son. I'll tell you that right now. He's not my son. I can treat him like he's my own son, but I don't see him very often. I only see him a couple times a year. So, you know, because he's in school or he's busy and stuff, you know. But they still need to get around for medical appointments. She has a job at a local mall. She needs to be able to get to and from. Right now, the person that she's doing childcare learning certification through, she drives that person's car, but it's only while she's on that person's time. Otherwise, she has to find rides. If she has a day off, she has to find a ride to work. She has to find a ride to the medical, you know, appointments. She's diabetic, you know. She has a lot of problems going on, and it just continues to get worse. You know, as she ages, it's just the way having diabetes is, and she controls it very well. It's just, you know. And I had to give her a ride a lot of times to the doctor's office, and that was fine. I have no issue doing that. You know, I want to drive her around. You know, but I stay in Rockville, Maryland. I live in Rockville, Maryland. So how am I supposed to go back and forth all day, every day? It costs a lot of money in gas. I won't charge her for it, but the price of gas to go back and forth, it's like I could be doing anywhere from 100 to 150 miles a day. You know, it's just not practical. So she needs a car, you know. And I asked the church members, well, you know, I've been asking for a car, and of course Stephen and his wife don't want to just do $100 a month now. They want the full 1,000, and I don't have a full 1,000. I don't even have I got less than $300 in my name now. I can do $100 down towards a car, you know, maybe 200, but that's it. And then I'm broke, you know. So, and I would like to start her a GoFundMe page to raise enough money to buy a car. But thing what it is that people don't even look at my GoFundMe page, you know. So it's like be a waste of my time to even create one, because they're not going to look at hers if they're not going to look at mine, you know. But I'd be the one to like organize it. and they see my name, they're just gonna ignore me. But yet they're so quick to help each other out. You know, the church members. I saw in a mass text where everybody in a group, and I got mad. I said, you can go back to you and your fancy homes and cars can help each other out, but yet when there's somebody really struggling, you guys don't care. And that's how I see it. I was blessed with seeing the truth in a lot of people, with seeing how they really are. And my girlfriend said that she felt really off, and she never met she only met the actual pastor of the church. She never met his wife or their kids, but she said that's why she didn't come to the Christmas party, because she felt something was off. And I won the $100 Amazon gift card, fair and square. I won it fair and square. I prayed for it. I won it fair and square. You know what I mean? And yeah, I had some people cheer me on, but the people that I expected, of all people, to cheer me on or to be happy for me, didn't seem happy at all. They really didn't. I just kind of felt, and that was the moment right there that I was like, yeah, something's going on here, you know. I just feel really off-putted by them. Like, I feel like I'm being alienated, like, because I'm not upper middle class like they are, that I'm just the outcast, you know. Shouldn't be that way. So I don't want to associate myself with upper middle class people, or even middle. I don't want to associate myself with people like that no more. Now if they have the means but they're genuine, then I want to associate myself with them, and I don't mind helping them out too, as long as they pay me for quality work. If they know my worth and they know that I could deliver, pay me accordingly to what I can deliver. If I cannot deliver, then do not pay me accordingly. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, if I give you shitty work, don't pay me. If I give you good work and it works, or it works out, then pay me good. Pay me fair, you know? It doesn't have to be more than fair, just fair, you know? And that's all I ask. So, the one guy last week who I say, look, I need to charge you $20 because this is a separate job. He's like, no, I can pay you next week when you come in by and do everything. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. I came out here to do a no start, condition, diagnosis, and fix, and charging $20. You guys know what that could cost. That could be up to $100 or $120. You know, it could be anywhere from like $30 to like $100, right? Is what I think. I'm charging him $20. I'm cutting him a break, and he still don't want to accept it. And he's got Zelle. He says he doesn't. He says he no longer has it. So yeah, he's stalling. He's trying to get that free shit done, and I'm not with that. I don't play that way. It just because I've known you for a long time doesn't mean that you could skip out like that. It doesn't work that way, and he needs to understand that. So yeah, I don't like what he's doing. It ain't right. I'm not, you know, I watch Simplify Mechanic all the time. I watch Ford Boss Me. I watch South Main Auto. I watch Eric the Car Guy. I watch a lot of the big YouTube mechanics, and I read the comments of what people say under those videos, especially Simplify Mechanic Thomas. A lot of people were saying that if you do a job and you don't get paid, that is so wrong. You should get paid for every job that you do on a vehicle, or any job for that matter. You should get paid no matter what, and get paid fair. You know, it depends on the situation. Like, you know, if the person does not have it, if they do not have the actual means, and they can prove it, then yeah, maybe you should help them. You know, you should do it as a charitable thing, but don't take advantage of people either at the same time. You know, I don't want to be taken advantage of. I don't mind helping people for a heavily discounted rate, but don't take advantage of that either, as I'm just being kind, because I do want to be kind, but don't overlook that either. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard to explain. So it's just frustrating, you know? So what I'm probably gonna do here in the next few minutes, I'm gonna go and fill up my water tank, since I have access to water here. And then I'm going to wait for the pastor here to get to his car and to pull the plug from his car. It's flashing green though. I don't know. I don't want to unplug him. And when I was here last Sunday too, he was here and I was plugged in, and I had to go see my girlfriend. I pulled a J1772 out of the back of my van and put it right into his car. Boom, done. You know, because that's me being kind. You know, I mean, I knew he would park here for that reason, but he didn't want to unplug me because he didn't want to be unkind either. So I reciprocated and be kind to him, and I left I think like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. He was here, so I wanted it as soon as I could have. I plugged him in. I didn't want his car to not have a charge on it. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's just how I do things. There was quite a few times too when someone would have trouble with like changing out a wheel because it got flat or something, and I helped them. I got the jack right here underneath the passenger seat. I got the impact wrench. I got sockets, you know. So yeah, I'd be happy to help somebody too with doing a spare wheel change. You know, if they want to pay me, it's cool. If they don't, well, you know, guess it is what it is, right? It'll come back as good karma, you know, later on in the day or the day after or a week after, a month later, you know. You know how that goes, right? So I'm gonna get off this thing though. So everybody, I'll see you guys later, right? Stay blessed, all right? And don't let people take advantage of. If you want to be kind to somebody, that's cool, but don't let them take advantage of you either. That's all I could say. Sorry you can't see my face. It's pretty dark in here. I don't want to put too much light on. Oh yeah, there we go. All right, see you guys later.